welcome back to Mike's Garage. I was actually just driving around a little bit today. It's actually a work day for me, and I had a bit of driving to do, so I thought, what could I do as far as a video that might be interesting that I could do while I'm here sitting idle, not much going on. And I kind of started to think, because I'm not driving my usual car today, this is a fairly new car, what kind of things are annoying to me about new cars. I kind of like old cars. I like stuff that's more simple, easier to work on. New cars with, 10,000 sensors, 2 computers, is a bit of a pain in the ass. Now, my newest car that I drive is a 2006 my Solara convertible. You guys have seen that one before. And right now I'm in a 2012 Chevy Malibu, which you've also seen. And I was just thinking about some of the things that bother me about this car. And it's not just this car, it's new cars in general. One of the things that comes to the top of my head, or I should say back of my head, are these headrests. They're very obtrusive. You can't really put your head back. If you're driving somewhere and you want to pull over and take a little snooze for 20 minutes, it's right there. They don't move. They're not adjustable. I think you can take them out and actually flip them around if you want to. That might work. But then it would, defeat the purpose of headrests, which is to protect your neck and head in an accident. So that's gripe number 1. Gripe number 2 is center consoles. Why do all these car companies have to make these center consoles so wide? When you're driving, there's no room for your right leg. You can't really move it very much. That's very annoying. I mean, I like a little bit of space to move around, and right now I can't move my leg. It's kind of a pain. But I see that more and more with these new cars. Which also, center consoles also brings to mind shift levers. A good old console shift like this one, or even a column shift like my old Cadillac, my Eldorado, and my 2004 Mercury Sable. It's normal shift levers. Not all these cars have to have an electronic button. You just turn it to the gear, or you press a button, park, reverse, I think that's really a big pain in the ass. It's more to break. All this stuff that they put on these new cars is just more stuff that could break. Another example would be push button starts. Why they want this, I don't know. I never asked for it. I do know people that like it. Oh, I love the push button start. I don't have to take my keys out. It's never been a problem for me. I've never felt like, I can't take my keys out of my pocket. I do know somebody that had a Dodge Caravan, I believe it was a 2015, where we're having a problem starting it. And it would start sometimes. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. They replaced the starters and solenoids and everything. They get new battery. And eventually went to the dealer, and it cost them $4,000 to replace the entire system of the key, the keyless key. It was a little stub, and you'd stick it in and turn it. That whole thing failed. $4,000. You break your key, or you wear out your key, or you lose your key to a regular car, an older one without a chip, it's $2 for a new key. Even with the chip, it's $25. Now you lose that remote key, that everything's in there, the push button start key. I've heard $250 up to $700, depending on what kind of car you have. Another thing I don't like, the word infotainment. When I was younger, and even now, my entertainment in the car is the radio. I don't need this big screen to do all the stuff that my phone does that you can't do. I'm driving right now. I can't do stuff on my phone. That's against the law. You'll get a ticket for it. But they just put it right on your dash. It's part of your car. Now you can. I think people don't need to actually be doing that kind of stuff when they're driving. Focus on the driving. I don't know how many people almost hit me, run into me, or they're going 90 miles an hour on the expressway and they're texting. Ridiculous. So you say infotainment? Oh gosh, I hate that. No interest in that at all. Another one of my gripes. Hard seats. And high, hard bolsters on the seat. I'm a big guy. I'm not skinny, so I don't have a little butt. These high bolsters and skinnier seats, at the end of the day, my butt hurts from driving if I've driven a lot. I've had rental cars and things, and newer cars that I've driven. It's uncomfortable after a while. So make the seats soft, even in a Cadillac, which used to be a luxury car, isn't a luxury car anymore. It's got to be sporty. Everything has to be sporty. Nürburgring, lap times. Cadillacs used to be cushy and comfortable to relax you on your drive home. Not anymore. Cadillac is not Cadillac anymore. And that's disappointing because I enjoy the old Cadillacs. Just too much technology overall is really a pain. Now this car actually has OnStar, which you think about it, it's a pretty good system. You know, you get into a wreck, it'll tell you exactly where it is. It'll call the fire department, ambulance, police, whatever you need, automatically when the airbag deploys. That's a pretty good system. I think it's a pretty safe system. Lock your keys in the car, call the number, they'll unlock your car. They'll start your car. That's where I start to dislike the system. I don't want someone to have access, and so much access to my vehicle, they can start it and unlock it and do anything they need from wherever they are, probably halfway around the world. So I actually disconnected the antenna lead in the trunk so it cannot send and receive, which is something you can do to disable it. And one of my biggest gripes, one of the reasons that I don't have a newer car, besides these other reasons, well, first, they're so expensive, and I just don't want a $500 or $600 car payment. I think that's just insane. New cars have not kept up with inflation. They've outpaced it by 23% since 1970. A new car now is about 59% of your annual income. So that's why they have 7 and 8 year financing now. Cars got so expensive. Try getting a CD player these days. Sorry, we don't offer that anymore. It's all Bluetooth. Now granted, I like Bluetooth. It's a pretty decent system. I use it. Nice to have. But what a pain in the butt. All that extra stuff you gotta buy just to get that one system. And that's another thing. Lack of choice. Back in the 70s, and even back in the 90s, I ordered a new Grand Am in 1995. Just the way I wanted it. I picked the color. You had many colors available. Back in the 60s and 70s, there could be 20, 25 different colors to choose from. Now, maybe 5 or 6. An interior, well, what do you want? Tan or gray? That's pretty much all you get. There are a few car companies that'll offer another color, but not that many. Especially American car companies. Not a lot of choice. Really, the German car companies, and I would say Lexus, yeah, those would have more options. But not much choice. I mean, I picked every little option on my Grand Am I wanted and omitted the ones I didn't. It was very easy to do. It took 6 to 8, actually it took me 11 weeks to get my car because as soon as I ordered it, the next week GM went on strike. So, unfortunately. But I don't even think they have option sheets anymore to order it. Nah, I don't think they do. I think you just pick, well, what do you want? Package 1, package 2. And do you want the technology package, yes or no? But if you want Bluetooth, you got to get the $4,000 technology package or whatever it is. Bunch of nonsense. Anyway, sorry about rambling and complaining so much, but that's just a lot of stuff that annoys me about new cars. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.